What kids' movie was way better than it had any right to be? Avatar: The Last Airbender TV series is one of the best stories ever told. The filler episodes focus on character development, not just plot development, and some of them are simply fantastic. Tales of Bossing SE is one of those episodes that are amazing, the number of full stories they tell within the 22 minutes. I know it is new, but I was very impressed with Disney's Elemental. The animation was impressive, specifically the chainmail and the glass blowing. I also loved the messages. The love story. All around it was very moving, and I have watched it many times and always love it. The Disney Channel original movie The Color of Friendship. Rare that a kids' movie would dare to use the N-word on daytime television. Obviously it was in a clinical way, not in a derogatory way. But still it was shocking at the time. Sonic 2, I went because my fiancé and our kids wanted to see it. All I knew about the series was one James Marsden was in it. And there was a bad first draft on Sonic's head in the first one. I was delighted, thrilled, loved it. DreamWorks was on a tear 15-20 years ago. Kung Fu Panda, How to Train Your Dragon, Megamind, Kung Fu Panda Madagascar 2 was pretty good. All those DreamWorks kids movies around that time were fantastic. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish blew my expectations out of the water. I watched it in theaters with my roommates as a joke, and I ended up falling in love with it. Hip always gonna be my favorite fearless hero. So many of the early Pixar movies, Toy Story 1-3, The Incredibles 1 to Wall-E, Up, Finding Nemo 1 to Cars 1-3, starting with Inside Out. Their storytelling quality just began going downhill. If you mean a movie that features a kid as the protagonist, I was a huge fan of Child's Play. If you mean a movie for kids, then the Lego Movie was much better than I expected. Hunchback of Notre Dame and The Prince of Egypt. The 90s hit different with their dark, animated literary adaptations aimed at kids with merch and a pop soundtrack. Orion and the Dark was fantastic. It starts off as a very run-of-the-mill kids movie, but it's a Charlie Kaufman movie, so it gets weird in a very delightful way. The Lego Movie, it could have just been a cash grab to sell sets, but it really was a fun original movie with a good story and actual character development. The Emperor's New Groove, by far my favorite Disney movie, and it's not close. Hell, it might be the only animated Disney movie I actually like. Wall-E.Up. Edit: I disagree with everyone naming Miyazaki Ghibli films because they have every single goddamn right to be as good as they are. Cars. Not the movie franchise, just the original movie. It had no right to hit that hard. The accompanying game was pretty awesome too. Incredible movie. I can't hear Little Bitty Pretty Ones without thinking of this scene. Wreck-It Ralph. I'm bad, and that's good. I will never be good, and that's not bad. There's no one I'd rather be than me. Rewatching Holes right now, modern classic. Killer source material. Great cast and writing. 11:10 theme song, no notes. Good burger. The jokes are so weird. Sinbad as a former Black Panther whose mailbox keeps getting destroyed. So funny. How to Train Your Dragon. The Prince of Egypt. Surprised that I haven't seen Atlantis or Treasure Planet on here. How to Train Your Dragon. My kids liked movies, but I never saw them fall in love with them until that film. Luca 2021. Genuinely my favorite movie of all time, not just favorite Pixar movie. Favorite movie. Sinbad: Legend of the Seven Seas. Absolutely wonderful movie. And beautiful animation for its time. Titan A and Treasure Planet. Adolescent me was blown away. Too bad they didn't perform well. The Incredibles. Toy Story 2. The Lion King, Cheetah Girls. Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off. The Lego Movie. Thought it was just gonna be a big food commercial and was pleasantly surprised. Not really a movie, at a show. Digimon had really great plot development for a kids show. Jumanji. The original with Robin Williams, not the bullshit remakes they're doing now. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. So much better than a talking, cartoon cat movie should be. Meatballs. Heartwarming, fun, kid teen humor but still one of my favorites as an adult. The Mario movie. When Pratt was announced as the voice, I was pushing the panic button. Reminder that these are kids' movies. Kids are just smarter than people tend to think. Matilda. I can quote that movie after all these years because I've watched it so much. Shrek 2, specifically number 2, my favorite movie, could make a grown man cry. Chimpanzee and Monkey Kingdom. Both were great and I don't even have kids. The Rescuers, the Hobbit cartoon from 1977 Rankin Bass. Rikki Tikki Tavi, Gremlins, Lego Batman movie Best Joker, Best Batman, Best Voldemort. It is just the best. That new Puss in Boots movie. Was genuinely surprised it was as good as it was. Goonies, maybe one of the best movies of all time with an equally insane cast. Classic Pixar films. Cars, Monsters Inc., Bug's Life, Finding Nemo, Toy Story, Wall-E. Truly was one of the best movies I ever saw. On such a nice premise too. Dragon Hunters. I found it in the $5 bin at Walmart. Best $5 I ever spent. The Aristocats is the best movie I have ever seen. I'll die on that hill. Rango. The writing, the animation, everything about this movie is amazing. Oh fuck, I don't know, there's so may it not fair to make people choose WTD. The Rats of Nim is why I despise all forms of authority, big or small. Up. The Incredibles 1 and 2. Wall-E. Brave, Raya and the Last Dragon. Goonies. Didn't even have to think more than 5 seconds on that one. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs still makes me giggle non-stop. Mrs. Frisbee and the Rats of Nim. An almost flawless adaptation. The Lego Movie. I'm a grown man and I legitimately enjoyed it. Wall-E, gosh darn robot had no business hitting me in the feels. Who Framed Roger Rabbit is a genuinely great detective movie. Zootopia is literally like an amazing adult noir crime drama. Soul was really good. My grown-ass full-on cried at the end. Why has no one mentioned the Mitchells versus the Machines? How have I scrolled so far and not come across Spirit? Angry Birds. It is genuinely a good film and hilarious.